The following presentation is a Deej Experience production and may not be recorded, rebroadcasted, or retransmitted without the express written permission of Deej Experience, LLC. For more information, visit us online at www.deejexperience.com.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm back at it. Only like to win, it's like a bad habit.
Chamberlain drives in.
He got pounded.
Chamberlain with a putback.
Looking at the numbers, he was
throws over
hearing it.
Muma, open look for three. Haley Muma drains
The
it.
picture, see how clear it is. I'm high quality, like I am Deej Experience. I'm way up, see like I've been at the pyramids. Give me an opponent, and I promise I ain't fearing it. I got so much I can lose the game when I've been giving this. Why you see a mirror, cause I'm closer than I'm fearing it. Grinding and grinding, and then I put another gear in it. Driving and driving, but you don't have no one to steer ship. Back on the top, and you have of my logic.
Time with a flip shot, and that was a thing of beauty.
Lock it up. Just gotta get that leg freed up.
Back, you know it ain't luck, so pay up my respect. Don't reject the greatness. Better hang up the white flag if you fight back to your nameless. So tell me what the time say. Game time, why they think that they could ever outscore me, LeBron James? Just give me the ball, watch me.
Bolter knocks it down. He's gonna come home with it. Nice throw and a good tag.
Oh, got him.
Doing this for all my life.
Webb with it.
You don't want to waste my
Shot
time.
and a goal by the Beavers. Finds the back corner.
Better get up next in line. The competition left to dry. They could never get in my mind. Please slow it down. I'm a beast on the ground. I'm a leash for the crowd. Play me down. One man bend. I'm a running back.
Down that sideline. Oh, there he goes. Into the open 50 and gaining momentum. And the Beavers are going to answer right back after Gerard tied it up. That was Will Allen.
Shot, now they finally get a set block. Oh, and it's a face shooter.
Oh my, Allison Sawyer, are you kidding me?
If I do fail, I don't have
Catches an arm right into a chin headlock. The legs worked in, and there's a break.
This one driven to left. It's going to drop in. That's going to be a two-run single for Sadie Dine.
When I break it, it's for my pleasure, but I would never let you go take it. I'm kind of like that. I don't just write raps. You put the ball up, then I'ma spike that.
Oh my! Aubrey Chase! Looking. He's going to go deep. The end zone got him in. Caught! Touchdown! Marcus Lambert!
Good D.
Shotgun passers, Chamberlain. Oh, down to 32 seconds. Yetzer fires a three. Cans it.
No one will actually become as great as my team is, cause I got a team of some Hall of Fame players, not to mention Jesus.
Got it there.
Doing this for all my life. You don't want to waste my time. If you want to test my grind, better get up next in line.
To the middle, and Scholar with a header, and we're tied at one. Get the snap away, and it's going to be a sack. Recovered by the Beavers. Touchdown!
I'ma run it back. You give me the chance, I'ma run it back.
Pushes it up. Now shot, got it. Chamberlain on the day. He'll take a three. He certainly will. Sawyer beats us deep left field. That ball is out of here. A two-run dinger for Allison Sawyer.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Deej Experience Sports Stream. I'm Dewey Hurd, and alongside me tonight, hopefully at some point in time, will be Jack Hasbrook on the camera as we're down here in Titusville getting ready for some action here for wrestling. And as you see on the screen, we have the Titusville Rockets Middle School warming up out on the mat. The Beavers had already been out there and have gotten warmed up and ready to go. And we're just waiting for the Rockets to get finished up. And then we'll get into some middle school action before the varsity action to follow afterwards. So a nice day here down in Titusville. Wasn't too bad of a drive down. But on the cool side today, but let's get right into our Box It and Lock It pregame show and go over a couple of things here as we'll start things off with our Snap Fitness of Corry, 3 steps to success. First step to success, push to pace. Got to wrestle at a Beaver level here tonight, and that is scoring early in that first period and wrestle from in front and continue to look to advance your score throughout the match. Second step is be smart. Know where you're at on the mat, know where you're at on the score sheet, know where your best position to score more points for your team, and also be aware of the time that's on the clock so that you don't give up a late takedown or a late reversal or anything that's late in the period. But on the other hand, also be aware of that time so that you can score those extra points late in the period. So be smart is our second step. Third step tonight is hips high. Always looking to keep your hips elevated and in a better position than your opponent, and that will allow you to be in a good position to get the victory here tonight. So again, our Snap Fitness 3 steps to success: push to pace, be smart, and high hips. And again, we're just kind of waiting for the middle school guys to finish getting warmed up, and that'll be into action there once we get the lineup from the coaches to see exactly how many matches we're going to have here tonight. And it looks like they're going to circle up in the middle here, which means that they're just about ready to peel off to their side of the mat and get ready for action here. And as we wait for that, give you a little rundown of how things went at the Corry Beaver Brawl this past weekend. Beavers came out on top with a resounding 6-0 victory, or 6-0 record throughout the weekend, as they were able to topple all of their opponents. Started off against Conneaut, and then they continued to chew through the competition as they wrestled Northeast and handily beat Northeast. And I'm going to pause just for a second here.
You want to take a picture of Titusville? Look at you, smarty pants. Look at you. This ain't your first rodeo.
They going to stick to that lineup, or are they going to?
Right, we got those two for you here.
Sometimes it just takes a minute or two. Here it comes. Thank you, Andy. Well, I just got a little update from some of the coaches from the middle school guys. As looks like we're going to have about 13 matches. And it looks like we're ready to get things going. Tegan Willis up against Senna Greer. As we're ready to get this first match going. And there's the opening whistle brought to us by Fox Family Insurance. As we're underway, Willis looking for wrist control, keeping his level at a good position, staying square to Greger. And on a single leg, he'll pick it high. Along with that collar tie, puts her down to the mat. He'll wrestle from in front with a 3-0 takedown here early on. Looking to work on top here. Has that 2-on-1. See if he can't get it worked into something. Still working on that arm on the top position here. 25 seconds to go in the first period. As he continues to work on that arm bar. Bundles the arm together, gets her rolled over to her back. Now he looks for a half to get put in. And the first period comes to a close. He's going to get 4 more near fall points to go with a 3-point takedown to lead 7-0 after 1. Senna has choice here for the second period, and she chooses to take top as Willis will go down. And it's a quick relevant church reversal as Willis will expand his lead. Expands his lead to 9-0. Just got a 1 count there on the near fall point. Right back to work on top is Willis, trying to work with that 2-on-1. And they get whistled for out of bounds. Reset and underway again with 35 seconds to go here in the second. Willis again with that 2-on-1. As he'll go to work looking for a tilt again here. Can't get her to go over. Continuing to work with that 2-on-1 on top. And the second period comes to a close. Willis out in front, 9-0 now. And he's going to take down to start the third as he deferred to the third period. Keeps in good control here. Senna doing a much better job of staying on top this time. Willis finally able to get up to his feet, gets a 1-point escape to extend that lead to 10-0. And a quick takedown will make it 13-0. Has a leg worked in, looking for the guillotine. As he'll try to get a spladle in here. Just can't get it to go. Settles back in on top to go to work on top again. Kind of has a funk roll through there. Still with control as he'll have that Merkel put in. 13 seconds to go here. Looking for the far half. Just can't seem to get it to get in there. And this one's going to come to a close with Willis getting the victory. 13-0. Major decision. And that'll get the Beavers on the board, 4-0. Bout number 2 is going to be Landon Wallheiser going up against Griffin Kraft. And we get going here. Working with a Wizard here. And he'll power into it and settle in behind and get a 3-point takedown. Lets him up. Makes the score 3-1. And on a single leg here, he'll switch to a double. Cover the hips. And the lead is now 6-0, or 6-1. Right to his back. And there's a Bracken Funeral Home pin. 48 seconds to go in the first period. On to match number 3. Ashton Woods going up against Megan Delimith. Ashton doesn't really like to tie up, it doesn't seem, from what I've seen throughout this year. He works straight up above, or straight up and down on his feet. As he'll look to set up a shot here. Trying to snap the head down. And finally gets him down onto the mat. Now he'll go to work as he'll try to cover the hips, and does. And he'll take a 3-0 lead here. Gets the 1-point escape to make it 3-1. Again, Ashton on the front head and arm, or headlock here. Trying to score off of that. Still working with that front headlock. Gets up to his feet, and Ashton drives him out of bounds. And he's going to get the escape. Makes it 6-2 now. Short time here in the first period. And neither one able to score late as the first period comes to a close. And I believe that's a 6-2 lead on the scoreboard, but the scoreboard here says 3-1. On the cover here, trying to hip heist over, and Ashton kind of catches him as he'll try to bundle the arms out front. Delamuth up to his feet. He'll get the escape. That should make it 6-3. Continuing to work here on their feet. Both guys continuing to work on the middle here. Ashton's going to get the corner and try to get another takedown here. Doesn't go down to his feet there. He'll come back with a bear hug and get in behind and go to work again here on top, as I believe that should make it 9-3. Short time here as period 2 comes to a close with Ashton out in front, 9-3, I believe. As we welcome aboard my camera guy, Jack Hasbrook. Welcome aboard, Jack.
Hiya.
Ashton down on the start here for period 3. Ashton in on a leg as he stands up, and he'll get in right in behind. No signal from the official as Delamuth squares up with him. All the way up to their feet, and there's the 1-point escape. Should make it 10-3. Takes a look at the clock. Under a minute to go here in the third. Heavy traffic on the way down tonight, Jack?
Yeah, got a little behind, but here now.
Oh, he gets a takedown here, Delamuth, and he's going to get some near fall points.
This could be trouble, Dewey.
Yeah, it is trouble here. It's going to be a set of full near fall points for Delamuth. As this period's going to wind down and come to a close. 4 near fall points. And I have the match scored at 10-10. But they're going to give the victory to Delamuth.
Are they saying he got the pin?
No, they're saying that somewhere along the line, they had the score 9-7, and I had it scored differently, but I'm not going to argue with it. Ashton drops the decision 7-9, and that'll get the Rockets on the scoreboard. And we're on to Brody Nickerson going up against, let me find him here, Tanner Wolfork. As the gym's starting to fill up here, Jack.
Yeah.
They get blown out of bounds. We're still neutral here. 46 seconds to go in the first period here. Right back to action as they'll tie up in the middle here. Brody looking for inside control. Tanner looking for the same. 30 seconds to go. First period comes to a close. No score in that period, as neither wrestler was able to do anything.
Yeah, neither one of them really made any kind of move.
Wolfer will take the top to start period 2, as Nickerson settles in on the bottom, and he'll try to work up off that bottom. trying to get up to his feet, staying large or long, as Wolfel trying to get that far side cradle locked up. Nickerson into a stand-up. Wolfel puts him back down onto the mat. Good pressure forward, keeping him down on the mat. 45 seconds to go here in the second. Still scoreless. Sounded like Brody got the escape.
Yeah, he said neutral.
Brody backs into the middle of the mat. There, I'm all caught up on the scoreboard, Jack. And the second period comes to a close with Brody out in front, 1-0. And he has choice. He's going to take bottom for the start of the third period here. And we'll get going in the third here. Took Brody a while to get that escape. And he does a good job of getting into a sit here, as Tanner was looking for that spladle. Brody needs to pick up that ankle, elevate it, and get his leg out. Or he needs to spin into the head and get a head and arm here. Turn into it the other way, Brody. Turn into it the other way, and we're going to have a stalemate call. So down on the restart again, Brody will have to settle in on the starting block.
Guess he didn't hear you, Dewey.
Well, hopefully he watches it and learns something. Trying to get up to a stand-up here. Tanner's looking for that far side cradle. Has it locked up. Nickerson trying to stretch out here and not give it up. Tanner trying to get him rolled over. Nickerson in on a leg now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get another stalemate call. 34 seconds to go here in the third. Brody out in front, 1-0. And there it is, another stalemate call. Tanner covers. Brody tried to get up to his feet. Tanner kept him down on the mat, still looking for those cradles. Brody stays with him. And they'll try to break that hold on his leg. And he'll finally get it broken free. He'll settle in behind with the relevant church reversal and take a 3-0 lead as the period comes to a close. Brody with the 3-0 victory. An extra tumble getting onto the mat, but Kate Jackson's out here. And his opponent is Eli Bale. Both guys looking for a takedown here. Coming up on a minute to go in the first period. We're scoreless yet. Guys working with trying to get wrist control in the middle there. Neither one able to get anything. Both have a wrist of each other's. Eli patting on the head. Goes to a collar tie now. Lowers his level back up to his feet. 40 seconds to go, first period. Again, Dale changes his level.
there's a takedown there for Bill.
Sorry for that, Jack. Had a little disruption there by Mr. Allen. In that interruption, Eli got a 3-point takedown.
Yes, he did.
For sure he's going to come to close. Eli out 3-0.
I'm sure Mr. Allen was giving you some very valuable information.
Information about the wrestling match coming up for varsity. Start period 2 with Bay on top. Jackson's looking for the escape and he hits it. And Eli again with another 3-point takedown. Boosters his lead 6-1.
And with that much success too, I think you actually added out the strategy of let him up, take him down, let him up, take him down.
I like to see guys go to work when they're on top, Jack. I just constantly building the points up like that. I like to see a guy go to work on top. I know they don't get any writing time like they do in college, but I always like to see guys work on top. 40 seconds to go here in the second. Eli maintains his control on top. He's getting a little high as Jackson's going to come out the back door and score a relevant third reversal.
And some near fall.
And he's going to continue to score with some near fall points here. And that's awful tight. Dale's going to have to work hard to stay off his back. 18 seconds to go here. Jackson continues to sink it in, and Jackson's going to get the pin with 14 seconds to go in the second.
Classic example of how one mistake or one move can flip a match on its head.
As we get set for the next one, going to be Van Tassel up against Greathouse. Right into a collar tie off the whistle. And Van Tassel gets a quick 3-point takedown. And they're going to be blown out of dead. It's going to be neutral. So the score is now 3-1. Van Tassel out in front. As they'll look to build on it here. 1:05 to go in the first. Greathouse continuing to swipe at the ankles. Van Tassel staying clear of it. In on a nice double leg here, and he's going to get the takedown and take a 4-3 lead. Has the power half on the far side. Looks at getting Van Tassel rolled over and does. Chest on chest, awful tight. Van Tassel trying to work out of it. Greathouse with that reverse half, puts him right back over and gets the bracket winner home pin with 23 seconds to go in the first period. And just like that, Titusville out in front now.
Why those bonus points are so crucial to me.
15-13. We continue to move on. The Falla against Brooks as we get going here. Continuing to spin into it, don't give up the takedown, but he finally gets it. Right back up to his feet as he'll look to get out. Brooks puts him right back down onto the mat. to sink it in. And there it is, 43 seconds to go in the first period. That's 3 Brack and Funeral pins in a row for the Rockets as they take a 21-13 here, Jack.
Yeah, they've got the momentum right now, that's for sure.
Here comes Corry Schaefer taking on Vrooman. Vrooman gets her right down the mat with a quick takedown. Gets a half work in, or roll her right to her back. As he gets chest on chest here and gets the Brack and Funeral home pin with 1:10 to go in the first. And the Rockets are screaming out the gate here. And here comes Ashton Woods for the second time tonight. See if he can get the W's a quick flowing in the other way. His opponent's going to be Noah Smith. They get whistled for being out of bounds. Back into the middle here. And on a nice double leg shot. And Woods trying to keep his hips up and not give up the takedown. He's continued to scoot. And Noah's going to finally get underneath the arm and settle in with a 3-point takedown. .55 seconds to go in the first period here. Ashton's got to work up off the bottom, gets up to his base. Smith gets 2-on-1 underneath, trying to roll him over. Ashton stays in the referee's position. Gives up the hammer lock, now gets into an arm bar. Smith looking to roll him over. Keeps driving him over. And they'll stack him up. He's a tick high. 20 seconds to go here. Continuing to work, improving his position. He'll go to a reverse half here. Woods fighting valiantly to stay off of his back. But Smith got him all wadded up on the bottom. Period comes to a close. And it's going to be a 7-0 lead after the first period for Smith. Ashton defers to the third. And Smith will take bottom to start the second. Right into a stand-up. Gets the 1-point escape, makes it 8-0. And we're back to on our feet here. Shoots in on a nice single leg. Gets 2 arms on it. Puts Ashton right to his bottom. He needs to work up the back here. Just under a minute to go here in the second. And there's a 3-point takedown. And it's an 11-0 lead right now for Noah. As he'll go back to work on top once again. 42 seconds to go here in the second. And Ashton called for a corner bar and grill stalling. Got to continue to work up off that bottom. Noah working with that snowplow to get Ashton flattened out. And they'll work their way out of bounds. Woods down on the restart here with 24 seconds to go. And a little bit of a hole here, Jack.
Yeah, going to be tough to climb out of it.
Continue to work here, Mr. Woods. Maybe you can find a way to stick Smith, catch him in something, and put him right to his back and get a Bracken Funeral Home pin right there. We got locking hands against Smith. And that will be 1 point for Woods. And sometimes that's all you need to get the things going. You got 1 point. Continue to work on the bottom. Continue to work here. 18 seconds to go here in the second. Looking for a head and arm throw. Ashton will get out front. Gets him down onto the mat with that underhooks in. 4 seconds to go. And the second period is going to come to a close, but Noah Smith has a 11-1 lead headed into the third. And Woods is going to take neutral to start the third period. Ducks under the arm, right into a double leg takedown. And Smith continues to score here. Makes it 14-1. Puts a half in, rolls him over. Referee holding 4. And that's going to be a tech fall if he doesn't get the Bracken Funeral Home pin here. As Woods able to belly down. And that makes it 18-1. That's a tech fall at 55 seconds to go here in the third period. And the onslaught continues here for the Rockets as they continue to amass up points here, Jack.
Yeah.
On to Brody Nickerson for the second time. He'll be taking on Porter. Neither one able to get anything there. And they go out of bounds. 57 seconds to go here in the first period as they settle back in on the starting blocks. Nickerson won his first match of the night 3-0 as he's continuing to work here on his feet. 40 seconds to go and a scoreless first period once again. Nickerson looking for inside collar tie as they continue to battle. Snaps them down, couldn't get the corner to get the takedown. 22 seconds to go. Porter in on a leg. Nickerson spins them out of bounds, and they go out of bounds. We're still neutral. Right back at it again. 12 seconds to go here. Both guys with a collar tie, 4 seconds to go. And the first period comes to a close with another scoreless first period for Brody. Porter defers to the third, and once again, Nickerson will take bottom to start the second. Porter flattens him out onto the mat. Nickerson grabs a leg as Porter continues to flatten him out. Nickerson getting back up to his base. Porter trying to drive the head into the knees to lock up that cradle, can't get it. Nickerson pulls up on an ankle now. And Porter will get him back over and flatten him out onto the mat, looking for that power half. Nickerson powers back up to his base, and again, Porter looks for that cradle, can't find it. Continuing to try to work on those cradles, just can't get it together. Finally gets it locked up. Now we'll see if he can't get him rolled over. 37 seconds to go here. Nickerson got to find a way to break that cradle free. Trying to capture a leg there. 23 seconds to go now. Kraft still looking to get him rolled over. Can't do it. Lets the cradle go, and Brody's able to get back up to his feet. He'll break clean for a 1-point escape. 6 seconds to go. Shoots in on a leg. Porter can't come up with anything. And the period comes to a close with Brody out in front 1-0. Andy has choice for the third. I'm sorry, he don't have choice. Porter chooses down to start the third. See what Brody can do on top here. Good pressure forward, keeping those hips covered. Trying to get Porter rolled over here. Porter gets back up to his base. Nickerson working on the near arm to try and get that work free. Minute to go here in the third. Nickerson with a 1-0 lead. Porter up to his feet as Nickerson puts him back down to a referee's position. Looking to pick up the far ankle. And he'll just dump the hips over and put him back down onto the mat. 43 seconds to go. As Nickerson looking to bundle the arms out front. Now he'll go to a cradle. And Porter does a good job of stretching out, not to let that cradle get put in. 27 seconds to go. Nickerson with an arm bar on the near side. Can't keep it. Under 20 seconds to go here. Porter back up to his base. Nickerson puts him down onto the mat again. Has that 2-on-1 underneath. 4 seconds to go. There's a roll through. And this one's going to come to a close. Nickerson gets the victory, 1-0. On to the next one will be Robert Cummings going up against G. Kraft. As we have some cars blocking some entrances to the parking lot, and PA announcer trying to get them moved.
Not the biggest parking lot here.
Not the plethora of parking spots out here in Titusville, is there?
No. No, can't say there is.
Cummings in on a leg. He'll settle in behind with a 3-point takedown. And he'll go to work on top here. Had a half in. Kraft pulls it off. 55 seconds to go here in the first. Okay, Cummings gets that half worked in with wrist control, and he'll get a Bracken Funeral Home pin with 37 seconds to go in the first period here, Jack. On to the next one. It'll be Phoebe Forsprings going up against Jenna Grayer. Neither one able to get anything here in on a front head and arm, or front headlock, is Forsprings. A minute to go here in the first, looking to get the cradle on the near side. And she'll settle in behind with a 3-point takedown. Forspring working hard on top here, 38 seconds to go. Has that tight gut, trying to get something to go with it. Has the leg worked in. Trying to dig an arm. She'll get the second leg worked in. Forspring got a little low there as Grayer will try to hip heist over, and Forspring stays right with her. I believe she has a 2-on-1 now. Working that into an arm bar as she'll try to circle the head. Great flexibility here by Jenna. As the first period comes to a close, no near fall points, but a 3-0 lead for Forspring. Forspring defers to the third. Jenna takes down to start the second. Jack, I see the scoreboard staying at 21-13, so it looks like that's what the scoring is going to end at here. So
yeah, it hasn't changed since the second Ashton Woods match.
Looks like Titusville's going to get the victory here, 21-13. I've kept the scoreboard rolling, so I show a little bit something different, but Forspring working hard on top here. Minute to go. Second period, only out in front 3-0. She'll look to get Jenna rolled over here. Goes back with that tight gut. Jenna in her referee's base here. 46 seconds to go. Forspring trying to get that arm bar in. Jenna pulling to get it out. Jenna wins that battle. As Forspring's keeping good position. Gets a half worked in now. Gives that up. Right back to the tight gut again. She'll try to just pull the head down through. And get her rolled over that way and gets the Bracken Funeral Home pin with 17 seconds to go in the second. And if they would continue to keep the score, that would tighten things right back up, Jack. To 32-28. As we get to our last junior high match, middle school match of the night, Cole Proper taking on Kay Jackson. As these guys will look to get something going here. And they're out of bounds with 1:12 to go. Proper in on a leg now. Jackson sprawling, pushing back to get his leg back. Under a minute to go in the first period. Proper continues to work with that leg. Jackson trying to dump Proper's hips over. Proper just hanging out on that leg, 42 seconds to go. Got to work back up to your base to be able to pull that leg in. And Jackson, good pressure down as he'll get down on a double leg takedown here. Proper looking to get his hips out, and neither one's able to score here. And Jackson finally gets the corner and gets a 3-point takedown. .13 seconds to go. Jackson working on top here, trying to get Proper flattened out. Proper trying to break that 2-on-1. Jackson unable to utilize it as the period comes to a close with Jackson in front 3-0. He has choice. He's going to defer to the third And it looks like Proper's going to take neutral to start the second. Jackson snaps them down to the mat. Proper able to battle back, but they go out of bounds. We're still neutral. Minute 17 to go here in the second. Jackson with a little bit of a throw there. Proper comes back with a whizzer. And they're going to work their way out of bounds. Still neutral, but it gives up the takedown right at the edge there. And it is 6-0 now in favor of Jackson. Jackson continuing to work with that tight gut. 47 seconds to go here in the second. Trying to get Proper flattened out here. 38 seconds to go now. Jackson with that 2-on-1. Trying to tilt him over. Proper working underneath there, trying to get that 2-on-1 broke loose. Has it broken loose a couple of times there, but Jackson puts it right back on again. Down to 16 seconds to go here in the second. Jackson's able to get it locked back in again. 8 seconds to go here. Trying to work that into an arm bar. Proper staying on his belly here. And the second period comes to a close with Jackson in front 6-0. And Jackson has choice. He takes down to start period 3. Proper to cover on top. Proper staying in control here, but I'd like to see him turk a leg as he's getting a little high out front. Gets that leg worked into a Merkle here. 1:07 to go. Third period. Proper needing points. Jackson trying to get the wrist control underneath there as Proper's working on top. Not a lot of action there, Jack.
No.
Jackson in on a leg now, gets 2 hands on it. Proper trying to get that leg back and work Jackson over. But Jackson able to stay on that leg and get that leg of Proper's out. As Proper's all the way out front now. 26 seconds to go here in the third. Proper trying to bundle the arms together. Jackson continues to work around the corner. He's going to score a relevant church reversal to make this a major decision. 8-0. 7 seconds to go. And that's how this one comes to a close. Jackson gets the W, 8-0. Major decision. And that will wrap things up for junior high or middle school action here, Jack. Final thoughts before we take a little break here and get ready for varsity action.
A bit up and down from the matches I was here. Seemed like the Beavers had a lead early, but not a lot of bonus points. And then the Rockets went on a tear with those pins. Then the Beavers kind of closed it up at the end. So, very roller coastery.
Yes, a lot of ups and downs in that middle school bout as the Beavers got out to a little bit of a lead, and then the Rockets came roaring back with a string of 4 pins in a row there as they won this one going away. So we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll keep the camera rolling, and we'll be back with the Box It and Lock It pregame show as we get ready for varsity action in just a little bit.
The following presentation is a Deej Experience production and may not be recorded, rebroadcasted, or retransmitted without the express written permission of Deej Experience LLC. For more information, visit us online at www.deejexperience.com.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Deej Experience Sports Stream. I'm Dewey Hurd, and alongside me, my ever faithful right-hand guy on camera is Jack Hasbrook. Welcome aboard, Jack, as we get ready for some varsity action here down in Titusville.
Oh, yeah. Last regular season duel.
Yes, last regular season duel. Feels like we just got started with the regular season, and the Beavers all the way up to 10th in the state.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think in terms of public schools, they were 5.
In the top 5, so got their work cut out for them coming up on the team duels coming up in a week or two. So look forward to that coming up. But let's get into our Box It and Lock It pregame show here. Talk about a few things and get things ready for the varsity action tonight. First and foremost, let's talk about the Snap Fitness 3 steps to success. Step number 1, push to pace.
Yep. The most successful Beaver duels this year have been when they have pressed the issue, pushed the pace, and scored quickly.
And that'll lead us into second step, and this is kind of going to be said about a lot of different levels of wrestling and a lot of different matches. Be smart. Know where you're at on the mat at all times. Know where the out of bounds is. Know where you are on the clock. Know where you are on the score sheet. Just be extra smart and outsmart or outthink your opponent.
Yeah, we've seen it this year too. A single mistake or a single move can completely flip a match on its head. So you have to be smart, and you have to be smart constantly.
And here's a new one. High hips.
Ooh.
Keep your hips higher than your opponent, and that will lead to success here tonight.
That's so true. That's a good way to keep yourself on top, to keep yourself out of danger from near falls or pins. And, more often than not, having your hips high will lead to good things. So,
yeah, you always talk about hip heisting over to get out off the bottom. So just be aware where your hips are. Make sure they're high and higher than your opponent, and that will usually lead you into a better position to get the points and score and advance your position. So, again, push the pace first and foremost tonight. Be smart and have those high hips.
Beautiful.
So we've talked about our Corry Higher Ed Spotlight Wrestlers of the Night as we've gone through the season. And my choice for tonight, sophomore, Lamech Albers.
The big 160 guy.
The big 160 guy, kind of new to the sport, but he has really blossomed well this year, kind of come into his own. And he's cracked the top 30 in the state as well. So nice work by Lamech. And look forward to seeing what he can do tonight to secure the victory here for the Beavers, as he'll be in at that 160 weight class. And that's my choice for the Corry Higher Ed Spotlight Wrestler of the Night.
Yeah, he's got a great tilt, very good at getting those tech falls and picking up near fall points quickly. So the Beavers will be looking for that or more out of him tonight.
So we are going to be starting at weight class 285. And that is brought to us by Fork and Barrel Library Bar and Grill, Jack. And that's almost like the perfect spot to start at for the Beavers tonight. Kind of a juggernaut guy for us, and Owen Nickerson putting a good foot forward to begin with. And then we're going to roll the weight classes right over to 107 and on down through the lineup from there. Beavers are a little bit not as stout at the lower weights, but in the upper weights, they can just about manhandle you there. So we're going to get a crescendo of talent throughout the night here tonight, as the Beavers will start at 285 and then roll over to 107 and work their way on through the rest of the weight brackets from there.
Yeah, good place to start out. Owen Nickerson's a really good wrestler, one of the better 285s out there, I would say, that we've seen anyway. It did have a little bit of an up and down Beaver duel, though, so I think he'll be looking to get back on track a little bit tonight.
Yes, getting back on track as we are. I don't know what the delay is here, Jack. I mean, the Beavers have already gone through their lineup, and the Rockets side of the gym is empty.
Yeah,
there's nobody, not even a coach or anything, sitting out here. So
yeah, I don't know.
I know it's late in the year, but is this senior night for them? Did you hear anything? I forgot to ask the coaches when I was down there before the match started, but
I didn't hear anything. But all the drama today, from my end, was how are they hosting this when the school closed? Which I figured out was because they closed due to the temperatures and not because of dangerous road conditions or anything like that.
I'm kind of baffled at that myself, but I did talk with a couple of guys in the wrestling community, and they said that there's a couple other schools that did the same thing tonight, that they're still going forward with their dual meets as well. So kind of a head-scratcher when you first look at it, but as you dive into it and look into it a little bit deeper, it kind of makes a little more sense. And really, at this point of the year, you don't really want to have to go through the rescheduling process,
right,
as this is for the region title here tonight.
Yeah.
Both teams come in tonight with perfect records in region play, and the winner of this duel is going to be the region winner.
Yeah, and the Sharon duels are, they're just like 10 days away. So I guess had they postponed, there wouldn't have been much of a window to put it in, and when you've got a region defining match here, you probably want to get that in.
Yeah, so back-to-back years, just because of the way that the schedule came out, we're back down in Titusville for 2 years in a row here as we work through that cycle. Next year we'll be up in Corry, and then it'll be another 2-year cycle as the Rockets finally get out here to take the mat. And, Jack, I like these Rockets warm-up unis as they have that, I don't want to say a hood on the jackets, but they have the upper part of the jacket in a different color than the rest of it, and they just look nice. I'm not real special about the colors. I'm not attached to the colors at all, but the warm-up uniforms look pretty nice.
Yeah, when they're already going to the circle. Maybe that's where they were, Dewey. They were warming up away from us.
Very well could be, as they are circled up on the middle of the mat. And we are ready to turn this over to the PA announcer and give us our J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups in just a second, as we will turn it over to the PA announcer.
Welcome to tonight's wrestling match featuring our own Titusville Rockets and the visiting Corry Beavers. The starting lineups are as follows. At 107 pounds for Corry, Roman Kafferlin. For Titusville, Olivia Forker. At 114 pounds for Corry, Logan Willis. And for Titusville, Titusville, Sawyer Wolfville. At 121 pounds for Corry Owen Anderson, and for Titusville, Isaac Roberts or Andrew Donaldson. At 127 pounds for Corry, Carson Braswell, and for Titusville, Isaac Roberts or Andrew Donaldson. At 133 pounds for Corry, Marcus Meredith, and for Titusville, Logan Riddle. At 139 pounds for Corry, Will Allen, and for Titusville, Parker Miller. At 145 pounds for Corry, Isaiah Bale, and for Titusville, Coleman Cox. At 152 pounds for Corry, Cody Proper, and for Titusville, Brock Middleton. At 160 pounds for Corry, Lamech Albers, and for Titusville, Tegan Perry. At 172 pounds for Corry, Mason Savitz, and for Titusville, J.J. Miller. At 189 pounds for Corry, Landon Nickerson, and for Titusville, Cam Munn. At 215 pounds, Cale Albers, and for Titusville, Corey Campbell. At 285 pounds, for Corry, Owen Nickerson, and for Titusville, Bryce Watkins. Tonight's match will begin with a 285-pound weight classification.
Well, there you have it, Jack. The J. Gill Heating and Plumbing starting lineups, and also the American Legion Post 365 with the national anthem. Before that, as we have the captains come out and do the coin flip to see who represents in the odd-even matches. Still, I haven't figured that out, but
Just about to say your favorite tradition.
I haven't heard if we have any JV matches as well.
Doesn't seem like it. I only counted 12 kids on the Titusville sideline.
So that would mean they have that one forfeit at 107. And we have a little question mark as to who's going to come out at 121 and 127. Isaac Roberts and A. Donaldson are the two guys there that could be flip-flopping. So we're going to have to keep an ear open to see how that one goes. And Beavers have a couple of choices there at 127 as they have Carson Braswell and also Stephen Willis. So we'll have to see who comes out at that 127 weight class. And we're starting at 285, brought to us by Fork and Barrel Library Bar and Grill as we get ready to go here. It is Owen Nickerson. And he is going up against B. Watkins. As both guys trying to work in the middle here. We've seen Owen being methodical with that offense that he has. Likes to go with that collar tie and inside control. And he'll continue to battle until he gets what he likes.
Yeah. And when he gets you down, he likes to work that armbar in.
So it goes right in with that collar tie, inside control. A minute 20 to go here in the first period. As he'll look to advance his position here, staying with that collar tie. And he'll just keep working that offense till he gets it to what he likes. As he'll continue to work with that inside control. Watkins battling right with him. As Owen again broke free there. Continuing to work that offense. 50 seconds to go here in the first. No scores. We're just underway. First match of the night. Packed gym here in Titusville as this is a Region 3 championship match here. Both teams come in undefeated, and they roll out of bounds, and we're still neutral. As that was a heavy bounce out of bounds there as Nickerson landed on top of Watkins there. But they're right back at it in the middle here, 30 seconds to go, as Owen continues to work that methodical offense. Watkins staying right with him, though. Not giving anything up. Down to 16 seconds to go in the first. Both guys continuing to work here in the middle. 5 seconds to go. And, Jack, that's how the first period comes to a close, still scoreless after one. Nickerson takes bottom to start the second. As Nickerson settles in. Watkins covers on top as we're underway second period. Nickerson trying to get up to his base and does, up to his stand-up. Watkins trying to lock up the near side cradle, can't get it. And Owen with a 1-point escape. And right back to his offense here as he looks for inside collar tie with inside control. Minute 30 to go here, second period. Right back with it. I like to see Owen work it into something. Maybe snap that head down, try to get the corner or do a throw by. I'd like to see him maybe even work into a duck under here. That would be a neat move for him if he could find a way to hit a duck under pretty hard here to get that corner. Under a minute to go now. There's a shot by Watkins in on a leg. Can't get it as Nickerson sprawls hard out of it, and he'll get the 3-point takedown to take a 4-0 lead. 43 seconds to go here. Nickerson going to work on top. Trying to dig that arm out. Gets that into a hammerlock. With a half on the far side. He'll look to keep that and tee off. Has that half in. 23 seconds to go, and they get whistled for out of bounds. And we'll have to restart again with Watkins on the bottom here. 22 seconds to go here in the second. Owen covers. Watkins gets up to his feet. Nickerson puts him back down onto the mat. 13 seconds to go. Trying to roll the wrist under to dig that arm out. 6 seconds to go. Nickerson with a half. Back to on top to work it through here as the second period comes to a close with Nickerson out in front 4-0. And Watkins has choice. He'll take neutral to start the third. And it's right back to the usual Nickerson offense here. Continuing to work that inside tie, collar tie. Pushing forward. Cheerleaders giving a little energy to Owen. A minute 30 to go here in the third. Watkins needs a big move here as he's trailing by 4. Owen's looking for another takedown. Continuing to work here. Coming up on a minute to go. Owen stays with that collar tie. Again, Watkins dives down on a leg, and Nickerson will power him down to the mat, get the corner, another 3-point takedown to make it 7-0. Looking for the half on the far side, nothing there. 40 seconds to go. Gets that arm into a hammer lock. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Nickerson keeps that arm in that hammer lock. 15 seconds to go. Trying to get through, thread the needle. And Owen's going to get called for a corner bar and grill stalling with 1 second to go as Owen gets the victory, 7-0. That gets the Beavers on the scoreboard with a 3-0 victory.
And that'll get them up to a 9-0 lead, as I believe this is the forfeit coming up.
Yeah, 107 is Cafferland coming out, brought to us by J.H. Napa Auto Parts. And it's going to be a forfeit. So that will make it 9-0. And it'll be Logan Willis coming out here to take on Wolfkiel. And Wolfkiel ranked in the top 30 in the state, Jack.
So would be quite an impressive win here for Willis.
Just needs to hold his own here. In on a single leg, picks it up. And Wolfkill will wrestle from the front with a 3-0 takedown here. And he'll go to work on top. Willis trying to stay in that referee's position and work up off the bottom. 1:30 here to go in the first period. Wolfkill with a half worked in along with both legs. And a potentially dangerous move there as it's whistled down. Willis to go down on the restart with 1:15 to go in the first period. Wolfkill trying to get that armbar in on the near side. Going with that tight gut. Digging that armbar in. Willis trying to stay off of his back. Gets up to a seat. And he'll roll all the way through and not give up any near fall points. And he'll earn himself an escape. It's 3-1. Wolfkill in on an ankle again. And he'll get another 3-point takedown to take a 6-1 lead. Works underneath the chin to the far shoulder as Willis pulls that off. And Wolfkill goes back to that leg ride as he'll get an armbar in. Looking for a half on the other side. Willis continues to pull that off, but the half stays in this time. Again, he tries to pull it off, finally gets it. But wrist control as they'll dance around the head, trying to get him rolled over. And there's a Bracken Funeral Home pin. 4 seconds to go in the first period. That'll get the Rockets on the board, Jack.
Yep, and that would be why he was top 30 in the state, Dewey.
On to one, that was 114. 114 brought to us by Salt Church. We're up to 121. Owen Anderson going up against Isaac Roberts. And Roberts, another top 30 ranked player here, or wrestler here for Titusville. He'll get the 3-point takedown. Trying to get that half worked in, goes to a power half. Anderson working up off the bottom, or trying to work up off the bottom. Roberts out in front, 3-0. As Anderson gets back up to his feet, and Roberts lets him go. It's 3-1. Nice takedown there. Builds the lead back up to 6-1. Lets him go again. It's 6-2. A minute to go here in the first period. Roberts looking for more. Anderson lowers his level to stay with him. Roberts in on a double leg. He's going to pick Anderson up, or try to pick him up. Anderson trying to stay heavy. Puts him to his back. It's another takedown to make it 9-2. .42 seconds to go here in the first. Robert tilts him over. Anderson trying to roll through. And no near fall points as Anderson's able to stay off his back there. Roberts has him stacked up with the far side cradle. And he'll settle him back over as Anderson continues to work here. Has that shoulder well off the mat. I don't think he's going to get the pin. He's going to get 4 near fall points, though, with 10 seconds to go here in the first. Referee holding 4. And they go up on the board, makes it 13-2 after the first period. Major decision on the board. And Roberts is going to take top to start the second. Right back into it as we get going here. Anderson up to his feet. Roberts puts him right back down to the mat. Looking out front for crossface series. Has a near side cradle locked up. They'll look to roll him over here. That's a long time to fight off your back. Anderson bridging well to stay off of the pin, but to no avail. 1:31 of the second period. Another Bracken Funeral Home pin for the Rockets as they take their first lead of the night here, Jack. 12-9. And we will go up to weight class 127. 127 brought to us by Lake Erie Appliance. 121 was brought to us by Crossroads Fellowship. And it's Carson Braswell coming out for the Beavers. And quickly with a 3-point takedown. There you go. I messed up. See that? Didn't take me long to do that, did it?
You've actually been pretty good at that this year. I haven't noticed.
I can't remember the last time I messed that one up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you've ever messed that one up.
Carson has him rolled over, gets gets 4 near fall points to take a 7-0 lead. Both teams with 2 victories apiece. As Braswell will roll him over, trying to hold him on his back. And got a 2 count. Official holding 2 points with 1:03 to go here in the first. So he'll award the 2 points, and Braswell right back to work looking for more. Has a bundle out front as he'll continue to work it. He'll settle back in behind, lock up the far side cradle, and rolls him over, stacks him up, and got 2 more near fall points to make it 11-0. 34 seconds to go here in the first. Gets that leg worked in, rolls the shoulders over. Got a 3 count that time, so 3 more near fall points makes it 14-0. 17 seconds to go. Gets the arm bar worked into a hammerlock. 10 seconds to go as he'll look to thread the needle here. Can't get it in. 5 seconds to go. And Donaldson's going to be able to live for another period here. But he's in a big hole, 14-0 here after the first period, Jack.
Yeah, can't give up an escape, can't get reversed, anything.
And Braswell has choice. He takes top to start the second, as Donaldson will be on the bottom on the starting blocks. Good pressure forward with wrist control. Braswell needing just one more point for the tech fall. He'll go with a crossface series, or he had a crossface series out front. Trying to bump that shoulder or elbow forward. He'll bundle the arms together as he'll look to dump the hips back down onto the mat with 1:30 to go here in the second. Back to work on top with that tight gut. Lets that go. And he'll flatten them back out one more time here. 1:10 to go here in the second. Bundles the arm together again with that crossface series. As he'll look to drive the head into the knee and has the near side cradle locked up, rolls him over. And this will either be a pin or a tech fall here, Jack. He has them all cradled up here. 50 seconds to go here in the second. Donaldson doing a good job of staying off his back, but he's got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
35 seconds to go here in the second. Braswell has that near side cradle nice and tight. And he's going to belly back down. 4 more near fall points with 26 seconds to go in the second. And that will be a tech fall. And the Beavers regain the lead. Out comes Marcus Meredith. He'll take on Riddle. Minute 40 to go here in the first period. Marcus in on a single leg, elevates and covers. He'll wrestle from in front with a 3-point takedown. Marcus gone to work on top with that tight gut. Looking to get an arm bar in on the near side. Riddle doing a good job of keeping his hands out in front. Not really giving him much to work with. And just as I say that, Marcus gets the arm bar worked in. Marcus keeps him down onto the mat, looking to get that 2-on-1 with the arm bar, and they go out of bounds. Good job by Riddle to work him away out of bounds, get that arm bar out. 1:08 to go in the first period. Right into a stand-up. Marcus drops to a single leg, looking to put Riddle back down onto the mat, and does. Working with a tight gut, close to the out of bounds. And he tilts him out of bounds. And they'll have to go back on the starting block one more time with 56 seconds to go here in the first. 1:33 brought to us by Corry Central Labor Club. And a good thank you to all of our sponsors this year, Jack, as they've been with us all season long.
Yep.
Marcus gets him right back down onto the mat, right back with that tight gut. Riddle right back up to his feet again. He'll trip him back to the mat. Meredith going back to work on top. Has that tight gut, looking to dig out that arm. Riddle in his base with wrist control, looking to pass it over as he gets that off the tight gut. Marcus looking to put the armbar in on the far side. I believe he has a leg worked in on that far side. Riddle doing a good job of defending well here. 5 seconds to go here in the first. And that's how the first period's going to come to a close with Meredith out in front 3-0. Riddle has choice. He'll defer to the third. And Meredith immediately goes down on the start for the second period. Meredith right up to his feet. He'll get the 1-point escape, makes it 4-0. Back working on our feet here. Meredith working back into the middle. Riddle, half shot. Meredith counters with a shot of his own, and he'll get another takedown. And the lead now is 7-0. As Meredith trying to put a leg in. Riddle trying to come out the back door. Meredith is a little bit high. Meredith continuing to keep those hips up as he'll stay in control. And he'll settle back in behind as they roll out of bounds. Meredith still with control. Great effort there by Meredith not to give up the reversal and not give up the escape.
And that was why step to success number 3 was keep your hips high.
High hips.
High hips.
Did a nice job of that and always looking to push forward, push to pace. And Meredith able to maintain control. Riddle right into a stand-up. Meredith again with that heel trip. Puts him back down onto the mat with 55 seconds to go here in the second. Meredith working with that 2-on-1 underneath. 45 seconds to go. Gets the arm bar in. He'll reach across to get that to a 2-on-1. Looking to tilt him over here. Trying to stack him up, couldn't get it. Keeps the arm bar in. 30 seconds to go here in the second. Riddle in his referee's position, trying to get up off the bottom. Meredith gets him flattened out onto the mat. "12 seconds to go. Meredith with that 2-on-1 now. And he's going to run out of time here, Jack. After 2 periods, Meredith lead is 7-0.
Just needs one more for the major decision.
Riddle has choice, and he's going to take bottom. Honestly, Jack, I think what Meredith needs to do, he needs to cut him loose here and get another takedown, and that would put him into a major decision. He does give him the escape. It's 7-1.
He was listening to you, Dewey.
As we go out of bounds. Still neutral here, just underway third period. Meredith circling. Riddle on his feet. Riddle with a half shot on a single leg. Meredith just steps out of it. Meredith keeping him at arm's length. Marcus continuing to stay in the middle of the mat, not chasing. Riddle dancing around on the outside. Meredith with a 2-on-1 now. Riddle breaks that clean. 1:15. And Marcus able to get him down onto the mat and in around the corner for another 3-point takedown. The lead is 10-1. Meredith all the way out front with a head and arm as he settles back in behind. And they go out of bounds with Meredith still in control. Major decision on the board right now. Riddle settles in on the starting blocks. Meredith to cover. We get a clean start. Riddle up to his feet. Meredith again, heel trips him back down to the mat, but he's going to get hit with a technical violation for locking hands. 48 seconds to go. And they blow it dead. It's still a major decision on the board as the lead goes to 10-2. If Riddle's able to get an escape or get another locking hands call here, it would get the decision right back to a major, or to from a major to a regular decision. 42 seconds to go here. Meredith going with that tight gut. Keeping Roberts down on the mat. Settles in behind again. 30 seconds to go. Riddle up to his feet. Meredith chops him back down onto the mat. 22 seconds to go. Meredith riding hard with a spiral ride there. Riddle right back up to his base. 10 seconds to go. Meredith right back with a tight gut. 4 seconds to go. And this one's going to come to a close. Meredith with the win, a 10-2 victory. It's a major decision. Give the Beavers another bonus point and another victory as they stretch the lead out to 18-12.
And now, Dewey, we start to really get into the meat of the Beaver lineup.
Yeah, weight class 139 will be Will Allen. He'll be taking on P. Miller. And 145 brought to us by Rossbecker Insurance Group. I believe Allen ranked in the top 30 in the state as well. Allen nearly had an ankle there. As Allen pushes forward, Miller has his best defense going here. Right into that collar tie. Allen looking to score off of this. Working close to the out of bounds. Allen works back into the middle. 1:15 to go, first period. Back into the collar tie. Arm drag. Allen gets the corner. Now he just needs to put him down onto the mat. And Miller fleeing. Technical violation, fleeing the circle. Will give them a point. An imminent takedown as he just worked his way out of bounds so that he didn't give up the takedown. But he still gives up a point. And out of bounds, and we're still neutral. "35 seconds to work here. You know what, Jack? 139, not the Rossbecker Insurance Group. It's the Corry Community Foundation.
Right.
I got a little ahead of myself. Again, Allen working underneath the arm, nearly getting a leg there. 10 seconds to go here in the first. Allen just with a 1-0 lead here. And a technical violation call. And that's how the first period's going to come to a close with Allen out in front 1-0. Will takes bottom to start the second. And we have a caution on Will on the start. Got a little early on it.
Already up to his feet.
Allen up to his feet, trying to get wrist control to get the escape. And Miller just kind of cut him loose there. It's 2-0. Points coming ever so slowly in this match. Again, Allen trying to get the leg, but they spin their way out of bounds, and we'll stay neutral here. A minute 26 here to go in the second. Allen with a 2-0 lead. I'd like to see him have some side-to-side movement here to set up a shot. And again, they work their way out of bounds. Coming up on a minute to go here in the second. Nice heel drag. Or arm drag into a single leg as Allen will look to get him down onto the mat. He's got him behind the corner, puts him down for a 3-point takedown. makes the lead 5-0 now as Allen will go to work with 50 seconds to go here in the second. Got a leg worked in as he looks to get him flattened down onto the mat. Allen continuing to work on top here with that leg turked. Trying to dig out an arm on the near side. Miller doing a good job of defending. 20 seconds to go here in the second. Miller will have choice in the third. And we have a stalemate call. Back to the starting block. 15 seconds to go. Miller will settle in. And Allen will cover on top. Puts that leg right back in again. 9 seconds to go. Allen breaks him down onto the mat. And the second period is going to come to a close with Will out in front, 5-0. Miller chooses neutral to start the third. Will can score another takedown here to be a major decision. As they work close to the out of bounds. Will is so quick with that arm drag to a heel drop. Miller in on a single leg. Will counter with an ankle pick as he'll look to settle in behind with another three-point takedown, and there's your major decision, Jack.
Yep.
8-0 is the lead. As again, Allen goes to work on top. Working with that 2-on-1 underneath. He's going to cut him loose. It's 8-1. Will trying to set up another takedown here to put him right to his back on the takedown. 50 seconds to go. They go out of bounds, neutral, just under 50 seconds to go in the third. A regular decision on the board here. As Allen needs to score again here to get it back to a major decision. Miller doing a good job on his feet, staying out of trouble. Allen in on a single leg. And he'll get the three-point takedown right at the edge. 11-1 is the score now with 30 seconds to go. Miller down on the restart one more time. And he's going to let him up. Makes it 11-2. 30 seconds to go. Miller staying busy on his feet. 20 seconds to go. Allen stays square to him as they go out of bounds. 14 seconds. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. They work their way out of bounds with 2.6 seconds to go. And it looks like Allen's going to end up with a major decision here.
Yep.
11-2 is the final.
Spent a lot of that match on the outer rim there, out of bounds.
Now we're up to weight class 145, brought to us by Ross Becker Insurance Group. Coming out is Isaiah Bale. He'll take on C. Huck. Isaiah had a good representation at the Beaver Brawl. Kind of stuck out front here in a front headlock. Huck trying to get the corner. Bale fighting back up to his feet. Doesn't give up the takedown. Got a 2-on-1 on an arm drag. As he'll look to score off of this. 1:25 to go here, first period. Huck with the underhook. Trying to build on that. Bale staying square out front with a whizzer. He'll come back in with a wrist control underneath. Huck with the underhook on the far side. Bale looking for a leg, can't get anything. 45 seconds to go here, first period. Right back to work here in the middle of the mat. 35 seconds to go. Huck trying to use that 2-on-1 there. Bale with a wrist control. Huck in on a front chin whip. Bale pulls that off and breaks clean. We're still neutral with 14 seconds to go. Five seconds. As both guys are going to go to the second period. Neither one able to score in the first. And Huck chooses neutral to start the second. Kind of curious on that, Jack. I would have thought top or bottom, but
I guess he thinks he can get the takedown in the end.
Bale continues to push forward. Huck working with trying to get inside control. And neither wrestler able to get the takedown so far. Bale in on a single leg here. As he will capture that. Need to keep your hips elevated, and then Huck just kind of bailed out of it, and Bale will get the three-point takedown.
Surprised he just kind of let him do that.
He felt Bale on the leg, and he just kind of bellied down. Really wasn't in a bad spot or a scramble, but just kind of gave up on it. Now he's going to have to work up off the bottom here. Minute to go here in the second. Bale out in front, 3-0, as they go out of bounds. 58 seconds to go. .55 seconds to go here in the second. Bale working with that tight gut, chopping the arm down, trying to get Huck flattened out. He likes to go cross body into those bundles. But Huck doing a good job of staying in his referee's position. Up to a stand-up. Bale in on a leg, gets him back down onto the mat, and he'll cover back on top. 19 seconds to go. Huck back up to his feet. And Isaiah just going to cut him loose. It's 3-1. And that's how the second period is going to come to a close with Isaiah out in front, 3-1. Isaiah has choice. He's going to take bottom. Shaking out the arms as he sets on the starting block. Huck to cover on top. Huck gets the 2-on-1 underneath there. Isaiah needs to get back up to his base and does. Stays there. 1:40 to go. Isaiah looking for wrist control out front. He'll get into a sit and switch. Has captured the leg. Continue to move towards it. As he'll hip heist. Not able to get all the way over. Still with that ankle. as he'll try to elevate it. Gets 2 arms on it. As he continues to work his hips. Continue to stay in front. And he'll score the relevant Church reversal and take a 5-1 lead. And he has them compromised here, Jack.
Yeah.
54 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Needs to tee off on that a little bit more. Isaiah staying in good position here.
Getting closer, Dewey.
30 seconds to go. And finally, Huck able to belly back down, but he's going to give up 4 near fall points, making it 9-1. They go out of bounds with 18 seconds to go. Major decision on the board. Huck clears the arms. Bale goes to work on the hips. 10 seconds to go here in the third. 5 seconds to go now. Bale into a spiral ride. And the period comes to a close. Bale gets the victory, 9-1. Another major decision on the board for the Beavers. Collect another bonus point, collect another victory. As we move up to 152, brought to us by Carney and Ruth. It's going to be Cody Proper coming out for the Beavers. He'll take on Middleton. And Cody out in front 3-0. They go out of bounds. Cody still in control. Middleton's set. Proper settles in on top. Gets a leg worked in. Gets him back down onto the mat. 1:20 to go here in the first. Gets the arm captured underneath. With an arm bar, half on the near side. See if he can utilize this. As he'll muscle into the shoulder. Near fall points being counted. And this is a long time to fight off of that circumstance.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be trouble, Dewey.
Proper goes to a half now, still with that wrist control, stacks them up. Looking for the Bracken Funeral Home pin, and there it is with 46 seconds to go in the first. A Bracken Funeral Home pin, and the Beavers are starting to close the door.
Haven't had a lot of those Bracken pins tonight, though.
Well, that's 7 victories for the Beavers on the night. 2 for Titusville. As we get up to our spotlight wrestler of the night, brought to us by Corry Higher Ed. Lamech Albers comes out for the Beavers. He'll be taking on T. Perrin. Both guys working with inside control. Not a lot of movement. See what Albers can do here. Has wrist control, pops it loose. As he'll look to settle in behind, they'll go out of bounds as he switched to a single leg. But they got whistled for being out of bounds. Lamech in the top 30 in the state. Shot there by Perrin. Albers fights it off. He'll try to get on a leg, can't get it. As they get both back up to their feet here, minute 10 to go. Right back down to the mat. Front headlock for Albers. Back up to their feet, close to the out of bounds. And they will go out of bounds. Then we're still neutral with a minute to go. Pivotal match here tonight, Jack. 3 more matches to go after this. And Titusville already down by 20 points.
Yeah, if they lose this, then the
door will be shut.
Door's shut, yeah.
Albers looking to get the takedown and does. 35 seconds to go here in the first as they go out of bounds. Albers out in front, 3-0. Perrin settles in on the starting block. Albers covers nicely. Trying to get that 2-on-1 underneath. Looking for a quick tilt here, 20 seconds to go. He'll roll him over.
And there's a 4 count, Dewey.
Yeah, just like that. 4 back points, makes it 7-0. Albers right back to a crossface series now as the period comes to a close with Albers out in front, 7-0 after 1. Perrin defers to the third, and Albers will take down to start the second. Clean start here. Albers trying to get up to his feet. Gets to a stand-up. Perrin gives him up, and it's 8-0. As Albers gets the escape. Minute 35 to go here in the second. Albers circles back to the middle. Trying to get on top. Perrin back in with a collar tie. Neither one really has much of an advantage here. Both guys continuing to work here. They circle out of bounds. I think Albert's got a little more gas in the tank here. He's moving a little quicker than Perrin.
Yeah, sure seems like it. At the very least, he's more interested in pressing the issue.
Perrin latches on with both hands around the head. Albers gets clean. 50 seconds to go here in the second. Again, Perrin just locking his hands around the back of the head. Albers keeping the hands off the back of the head there. 33 seconds to go. And a roughing call against Perrin makes it 9-0. Again, Perrin locks around the head of Albers. He fights it off. He'll shoot in on a double. Perrin catches him, and they go out of bounds. We're still neutral with 14 seconds to go. Perrin shoots on a leg. Albers sprawls to get out of it, and he's going to settle in behind. You can just see there, Albers a lot better off cardio-wise, scores another 3-point takedown and takes a 12-0 lead into the third period.
And we're in tech fall territory. One more takedown, and it's over.
And Perrin chose neutral as Albers will look to emphatically slam the door shut here on the Rockets. Perrin on a leg. Albers is going to whizzer. Perrin trying to elevate the leg. Albers puts him down onto the mat. As he'll look to get in behind. As Albers is on an ankle of his own now. And he'll elevate it. But he's kind of through the legs and they go out of bounds and we're still neutral. Good defensive move there by Albers not to give up the takedown.
There's our defensive move of the night.
Our Erie County Community College defensive move of the night. In the second period here. Just not giving it up. As again, they go back to work here. Actually, that was the third period, not second period, third period. Albers nearly got the corner. He found a leg, though. And he'll trip him down to the mat. And has a near side cradle just about locked up.
Oh, this could be.
And he'll get him rolled over. 45 seconds to go here. Perrin kind of stuck, and there's a Bracken Funeral Home pin with 40 seconds to go in the third.
He might have just had the defensive and offensive move of the night there.
And we did not get disappointed by our Corry Higher Ed Spotlight Wrestler of the night as he just slammed the door shut on the Rockets.
Yeah.
Up to weight class 172, brought to us by Corry Custom Machine. 160 was brought to us by K&E Surveyors. And this is J.J. Miller against Mason Savitz. And Mason quickly with a takedown and put him right to his back here. Mason lets him up. It's 3-1. You didn't get any near fall points on that? Yeah, he did. Got 3 near fall points.
I was going to say, I thought I heard.
6-1. I did see it on the scoreboard. That's why I was asking. And they go out of bounds. So we are neutral here. 1:20 to go in the first. Miller with the underhooks in. Savitz, I think he's all the way up to 6th in the state. As he'll look to get a bear hug worked in here as he has both underhooks worked in. He'll work down to a leg, not able to get it. Has Miller down on the mat. He'll do a throw by and settle in behind with a nice takedown there to make it 9-1. Make it 9-2 as he gives him the escape. 46 seconds to go here in the first. Again, trying to get the corner, and they go out of bounds. We're still neutral. 34 seconds to go here in the first. Mason into a collar tie here. Looking to score one more time before the end of the period. In on a leg, and he'll get that takedown, making it 12-2. 10 seconds to go as Mason will go to work on top here, trying to dig an arm out. Content to let the period come to a close. And Mason takes a 12-2 lead into the second. Mason has choice, and he's going to take bottom to get things started here in period number 2.
Probably looking for a quick reversal here.
Up into a stand-up, turns into him, gets the 1-point escape, makes it 13-2.
Escape it is.
Another takedown would make it 14-point differential. Miller with a half shot there. Mason blocks it. Back up to their feet. A minute 25 to go here in the second. Mason with a nice ankle pick. Gets the three-point takedown. Makes it 16-2. He's going to cut him loose. Makes it 16-3.
And the next takedown will do it.
A minute to go here in the second. Duck under. And Mason gets in behind, and that will do it with 56 seconds to go here in the second period. 16-3, Tech fall.
And the door is very much slammed shut, Dewey.
Well, that's going to make it 43-12 as we get up to 189, brought to us by an Epps Butcher Block. It'll be Landon Nickerson, a.k.a. Bam. And he'll be taking on Cam Mung. Both guys kind of circling in the middle here. Nickerson keeping those elbows in nice and tight. And he's another one that doesn't like to chase. Likes to run his own offense. Makes you come to him. Doesn't get excited. Just continues to work that offense. Staying in good position, both wrestlers are. 47 seconds to go here in the first. Scoreless first period. Another snap down there by Mung, but not able to capitalize off of it as Nickerson circles back into the middle. This will conclude the schedule for the Beavers as they will have nothing more than the team duels coming up in the postseason. And like you say, Jack, in about 10 days. And they will be Region 3 winners. So you can expect another high seeding in that tournament for the Beavers.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how they decide to go about the postseason and, you know, whether or not there's wrestle-ins to Sharon or if they just head straight there.
With a wrestle-in, as this first period comes to a close, we're scoreless after one. Mung has choice. He's going to defer. And Nickerson takes bottom.
Of course, if there is wrestle-ins, Corry will most certainly get to have one at the West Gym.
Yes, they will host that wrestle-in. A lot of good teams this year, though, out of District 10. Quite a few teams ranked in the top 30 in the state. Nickerson up to his feet. He'll get the escape. He'll wrestle from in front. 1-0. Continuing to work on his feet here. Both guys trying to impose their will here, neither one giving into it. Both guys continuing with their slow, methodical offense here. Try to pull through there. Nickerson does a good job of blocking that. Under a minute to go here in the second. Another pull through. Mung lowers his level, but nothing to come of it. 40 seconds to go here in the second. Both guys work back into the middle. 32 seconds to go. Both guys trying to get wrist control. Neither one giving into it. 20 seconds to go now, second period. Nickerson with an escape here in the second, leads 1-0. Down to 5 seconds to go here. And it looks like the second period's going to come to a close with Nickerson out in front 1-0. And Mung has choice. He chooses bottom. See how Nickerson can do on top here as he settles in. Mung up to his feet. And quickly with the escape, we're tied at 1. We go out of bounds. We're still neutral. So after 2+ periods, it's a 1-1 game. Both guys staying square to one another. As this one's going right down to the last second. It's like mirror images of one another out there, Jack. Neither one giving in, and they're both running the same offense.
Yeah.
A minute to go here in the third. Mung in on a single leg, close to the out of bounds. Nickerson trying to whizzer to stay out of it, and they go out of bounds. As it just couldn't get Mung just couldn't get a good handle on Nickerson, and they both stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Mung nearly with a takedown there.
Crowd doesn't like it, but I mean, they were pretty definitively out of bounds.
Nickerson needs an explosion shot on a single leg here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Nickerson.
25 seconds to go here in the third. We could be heading to overtime.
I'd like to see him push the pace, if you will.
That was one of our steps to success, push to pace. As Nickerson pushes forward there, 12 seconds to go. Back into the middle, 8 seconds. And at this point, Jack, we just need to get to overtime here. 1 minute on our feet here as the third period comes to a close. We're tied at 1. 1 minute on our feet. Sudden victory here. And if they stay tied at 1 after this 1 minute, Jack, it'll be 30-second rideouts. Nickerson with the first point of the match will get to have choice. They'll spin towards the end of bounds. And Mung able to get his leg back after he was in on a shot. Good scramble there by Nickerson. 37 seconds to go. Little bit of energy spent there by both wrestlers. .25 seconds to go. 1 minute sudden victory. Nickerson in on a single leg, but somehow Mung able to just get the leg back. Again, Nickerson shoots. And they go out of bounds, and we still neutral. 15 seconds to go. Ten seconds. In on a cross body shot, nothing there. And there's a three-point takedown by Mung with 1 second to go. And it's a 4-1 victory for Mung.
Tough way to drop it.
Well, they pushed the issue there. I thought that was a good battle.
Yeah, definitely a good battle.
And that'll get us to our last match of the night. 2:15. Brought to us by UTEG's Body Shop. C. Campbell. He'll get the fan favorite, Cale Albers. As Cale's in the 100th Century Club, in on a single leg quickly and puts him right down onto the mat. Cale will wrestle from in front with a 3-0 lead here. Cuts him loose. It's 3-1. Cale looking for wrist control in the middle there. Breaks clean. Campbell fights right back. Cale trying to catch something on the way through. Campbell catches him in a front headlock. Cale's going to get the corner on him. And he'll trip him down to the mat. And it's another 3-point takedown as Cale looks to put him right over to his back. Stacks him up.
There it is.
1:08 to go. First period.
Always looking for the pin, Cale is.
Bracken Funeral Home pin. And the Beavers, with that, will put 49 on the board. It's 49-15 is your final here, Jack. Closing thoughts as we get into our P2 Paving postgame report.
All across the board, I'd say a pretty good night for the Beavers. Only lost three matches, correct?
Three matches, 2 in the lower weights, which we thought would happen, and to 2 guys that are ranked in the top 30 in the state, so no surprise there. Beavers win 10 matches tonight. They end up with 19 bonus points to Titusville 6, and just a great performance. So let's get into it. P2 Paving postgame report. Let's start with our Healthy Smiles offensive move of the night.
Did you have one in mind there?
I kind of like what Albers did there. Cale Albers did in the first period, getting the Bracken Funeral Home pin as he's not happy with the takedown here or there. He wants the pin, and he's looking for it, and he put him right to his back there. Not happy with just the takedown, put him right to his back and get the Bracken Funeral Home pin. So Cale Albers with the Healthy Smiles offensive move of the night.
Yep, that was my thought too. I just didn't know if you'd agree with me.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. And we'll move over to our Erie County Community College defensive move of the night. Goes back over to our Corry Higher Ed wrestler of the night, Lamech Albers. In the third period of his match, he ended up getting the pin, but leading up to the pin was a nice defensive move as his opponent, Perrin, was in on a leg, and somehow or other, he was able to fight it off with a wizard and turned it into a takedown of his own.
Yeah, first he fought it off with the wizard, then he got him back in bounds, then he flipped the script. Quite impressive.
And I think I'm going to give the Karate Chevrolet Wrestler of the Night also to Lamech Albers as he battled through, was out in front 7-0, and really did a nice job of getting that pin late in the third period and just slamming the door shut on the Rockets here tonight as that secured the dual meet for the Beavers as Albers got the victory via the pin, and that gave the Beavers a 38-12 margin at that time as they coast from there on in with the victory.
Yeah, always nice when our Spotlight Wrestler of the Night also ends up being the Wrestler of the Night.
The Karate Chevrolet Wrestler of the Night. One more award to hand out. That's the Deej Sportsmanship Award. And who do you got for nomination on that?
That's got to be, I just blanked on the name. The Nickerson's, or Bam's opponent.
Mung. Cam Mung.
Go, yeah.
Getting the 4-1 victory in overtime. Sudden victory with 1 second to go as he battled hard. And, I really liked the way that Bam wrestled in that match, too. He didn't give up. He didn't get himself into trouble. He wrestled smart. He just ran out of time there at the end of that sudden victory period. And good job by Mung getting that takedown with 1 second to go. He's our Deej Experience Sportsmanship Award winner. So that'll wrap it up here tonight in Titusville. The Beavers have nothing more but more practice on the board, and they will be heading down for the team duels in District 10 postseason in a couple of weekends, I believe.
Yeah, February 1st.
So for Jack Hasbrook, I'm Dewey Hurd. Thanks for tuning us in. Until we meet again, we're going to say God bless and good night.